Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to make my predictions for Warhammer Fest 2023. Yes, Warhammer 2023 is coming next week and Games Workshop have kindly laid out a roadmap showing what time the reveals are going to be and on what day. So I thought it would be a really cool idea to do this little video with my predictions. Now, as a caveat to that, my predictions are going to be based on educated guesses as well as some rumours that I have been given and have heard. But remember, rumours, as our Lord and Saviour Chapter Master Valrak has always told us, are lies until Games Workshop tells us otherwise, and that is 100% true, even though some of this comes from Games Workshop. So yes, don't take everything with a little bit of pinch of salt, but there are some educated guesses here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to flip over, and we're going to have a look, and we're going to jump in. So here it is. Warhammer Fest is in 2 weeks. Well, this is when this article come up on the 17th of April, but anyway, we're going to use this as our basis to work through the predictions. So, what we got? Obviously, there's a roadmap, but here we go. So, at 9 o'clock on the Saturday, we are going to have Warhammer 40k. Now, obviously, 40k, it's obvious that we're going to see the full Leviathan box for 10th edition launch. But I also think that when that is shown, they're also going to show us potentially what is coming for the Tyranids and the Space Marines not long after the launch of 10th edition and the Leviathan big box. We may see the new starter sets, because obviously the launch box, the big box, the Leviathan box, that is not the starter set, that is the big FOMO box, which Games Workshop like to do, and they will do, probably, if they stick to their track record, 3 probably different size starter sets for the edition. I can't see them coming away from this, so I think we'll probably see that and everything else that'll come for the sort of mainstay launch of the edition. I also think that we'll see things for the Tyranids, like the multi-part kits and the new kits and some of the other new things that will be coming for them, as well as the Space Marines. So I think we'll see like the assault variants of the Terminators, the assault Marines, the new sort of HQ models like the Terminator Chaplain and stuff like that. Now, I do also think that they're not just going to leave it like that. I do think they're going to tease us, a little teasing with what is potentially to come this year for 10th edition. So I think we'll probably get a little video with little snippets of miniatures from different factions, kind of like what they've done at Christmas and New Year, where they've kind of teased what's coming for the rest of the year. And I also think in that we will see a little glimpse and a little tease at the Dark Angel refresh that's coming allegedly September, October time. Because the Dark Angels are going to be at the forefront of this edition, so that's very obvious, especially with Lionel Johnson now being back. So that is 40k. In the afternoon, we are going to get Underworlds, Warcry, and the Middle-earth strategy battle game. Now, Underworlds, I have no real idea. I'm probably, as a guess, I'm thinking a Slanesh-based warband for Underworld, and that would probably be the same for Warcry also. We've seen the Khorne and the sort of feral werewolf type vampires for Warcry, and so I would see that being more a Slanesh themed for Warcry. Underworlds, I don't know. Underworlds is a really weird one because it's kind of like a testbed for the sculptors to come up with some cool ideas, and sometimes what they do in Underworlds kind of makes it into the main ranges. So I'm unsure, but we may see something maybe along the lines of the new Cities of Sigmar, kind of sort of looking type stuff. Maybe, but that might be a little bit too early, but we'll see. For the Middle-earth, I'm hoping to see some more battle forces for the different factions, and I'm hoping that they release or show the updated High Elves that sort of fit in with Elrond and the other one that come out from Forge World. Because the elves are pretty much in a box with the Numenorians, and it would be kind of cool if they would split them. And I do think that that's probably what's going to happen, because in the Elrond box you get a elf holding a standard bearer, and this is meant to represent Elrond during the Battle of the Last Alliance when he was Gil-galad's personal standard bearer. But the level of detail on that miniature compared to the rest of the elf range in that style of armor is very, very different. So hopefully they'll update the sculpts for the elves and bring them up into line with Elrond. So yeah, that is Middle-earth. On the Sunday, we are going to get at noon Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Now, Age of Sigmar is a very weird place now, because it's pretty obvious that we're probably going to get 4th edition next year, and they're running out of books. Now, there is only one book left to update, which is the Flesh Eater Corpse. We know that Cities of Sigmar are coming in the autumn, and there's a whole host of new miniatures to come with that book, and it's kind of probably going to be more in line with they actually have their own range of miniatures rather than using the old miniatures from the old world, which we'll get into in a minute. So what I'm thinking is we will definitely see more of the Cities of Sigmar range, probably maybe even the launch box, probably on the scale of what they kind of showed the Seraphon originally. And I also think that we'll probably see a little glimpse at the Flesh Eater Corpse. Now, that leaves one book that they've shown on their roadmap next to the Cities of Sigmar. If you looked at the old, the last update of the roadmap, they had the Seraphon coming out in the summer, and they had the another book next to that, and then they had the Cities of Sigmar coming out in the autumn with another book next to that. Now, the Seraphon are on pre-order this weekend, and which means that their big main release probably isn't going to be until around about June, probably before 10th edition drops for 40k at the end of June, because that date is rumoured to be the 24th of June. So we'll probably see the Seraphon get their full launch at the beginning of June. That then means that we've got another book to come in the summertime. So I think that will be either the Flesh Eater Corpse or, hold on, a new updated Stormcast Eternals Battletome. And the reason why I think that is, they've currently got that magazine going at the moment with the new models and the new sort of Stormcast Eternal stuff. And it's kind of like that weekly thing that you get your model and you get a load of stuff and terrain and things like that. But in the advertisement that they've shown on that, they've shown a number of miniatures that are new sculpts that don't fit current units. So I think there will be a little bit of new Stormcast Eternals. We've seen with Underworlds that there is new Thunderstrike Wizards. So I'm feeling that there'll be a new sort of extra edition of Thunderstrike sort of armored type things, and Black Talon on Warhammer TV, the cartoon has Black Talon actually wearing Thunderstrike armor, where her original model, she's in the old style Vanguard Hunter armor. So I think she'll be getting a new model, and there'll be new Thunderstrike stuff alongside the new Stormcast Eternal book. And this also allows them to fix the dragons, who have been massively nerfed before the models were even released, and have actually got a complete new war scroll right now in an FAQ, which allows them to change that and allow your book to be up to date with all of the significant changes that that book has had. Right, so that's I think that's pretty much what we'll see for Age of Sigmar. It'll be Stormcast Eternals, Flesh Eater Core, and 100% we'll see a lot more of the new Cities of Sigmar. In the afternoon at 2 p.m, we will see Horus Heresy and the Old World. Now, I think for Horus Heresy fans, this is going to be quite big. Now, I'm hoping it's going to be big because the last couple of previews have been pretty lackluster. What I'm expecting to see, because this is Warhammer Fest, is some of the new plastic infantry. They've hinted and alluded that there are more coming, and I think we will see potentially that. What I'm hoping for, and I would really love to see, is Assault Marines. Plastic Assault Marines for the Horus Heresy. Mark 6 would be really nice, but I'd be happy with Mark 4 or Mark 2, or even Mark 5. But Mark 6 is what I think they probably do. I also think that we may potentially get teased at breaches, because that would then give Horus Heresy players tactical squads, assault marines, and breaches, which covers all of the troop choices that they need for the system. They have all of the tanks in the world, and I also think that we may, and fingers crossed, see the next Primarch in the new updated range of Primarchs that they're doing for the Horus Heresy, which I think will be Jakahide Khan on his jetpack. For the Old World, this one is a big one, because this is the kind of first time they've really sort of come out and announcing that they're going to be previewing something for the Old World. I honestly think we will see the box set. I think we will see the starter set, and there's a lot of rumours going around that the Old World will be out this year, probably at the end of the year, and I think we will see the Old World box set with Tomb Kings and Bretonnians, entirely new sculpts. Now, there was an article last week about the Old World, and people were a little bit concerned because the models that they'd shown were old models, and people were under the assumption that that's probably what they're going to do, that they're going to re-release old models. I do think they will, but not for every faction. I think the factions like Tomb Kings and Bretonnians are getting a new range and a lot of new stuff. They've alluded to in the article about Realm Knights on foot, which Bretonnians in fantasy never ever had. Everything that was knight was always mounted. They never had knights on foot. So that's definitely a sort of nod to something new for that faction. So I think we're going to see the starter set with the Tomb Kings versus Bretonnians and everything else that comes in. And the rumours of it coming this year could well be true. Personally, I'm not too sure, but it's definitely feasible at the end of the year, like they kind of did with the Horus Heresy. Then on the Monday at noon, we've got Kill Team. Personally, I don't really know what Kill Team's going to get. I haven't really got an educated guess for Kill Team, and quite honestly, I don't really care about Kill Team. I would like to see Games Workshop bin the game completely and just replace it with boarding actions, because I think boarding actions is the better entry-level skirmish game for 40k over Kill Team. Kill Team, from what I've looked at it, looks quite confusing. People say it's quite easy to play, but there's too many weird rules, where boarding action literally is a reduced, easy-to-play version of 40k, and it kind of gets you using your models that you've already got in a really cool setting, which is spaceships, which could be expanded on to different settings, like a chaos-infested ship, new terrain, a Space Hulk, new terrain, and everything else. It was a good idea, and I think they should run with that over Kill Team. Kill Team for me is kind of like Necromunda Light, and Necromunda is already a bigger, more established game, so just stick to that and stop trying to make Kill Team into Necromunda. So that is it. I think that is all we've got. So yeah, I think it's going to be definitely an interesting couple of days. So that is it, peeps. That is all of my predictions. We will see if I'm right or wrong. It's going to be definitely a cool couple of days. On the Saturday, I plan to be live on YouTube, right here. I'll be live around just before 9 o'clock Saturday morning to watch the 40k previews. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to do that for the afternoon, but I'll definitely be live for the previews of Saturday morning. Sadly, I'm not going to really be able to do that for the Monday, but I will definitely be live for the Saturday morning, and then it's going to be really cool. It's going to be exciting. I'm very excited. I've got a lot of plans. If anyone has seen my previous video about creating my custom Space Marine chapter, I'm very, very excited about this project for 10th edition, and I'm after the lot of articles that they've released about transports and everything else. I'm super excited because we're going back to how the game used to play back in older editions, where tanks and transports and assaulting out of vehicles and all of that good stuff, and Primera Space Marines being able to get in drop pods. Just whoa, my mind is going nuts, and I think it's a good time to be a 40k player, and I think it's a good time to be an Age of Sigmar player as well. Age of Sigmar is in a really good place right now, and the game is really fun to play, and Games Workshop as a whole are kicking it out of the park with the quality of their miniatures. And if you're a miniature painter, there's no better time to be a miniature painter right now, because the miniatures that they're producing are stunning. So I hope this video is fun. I hope you've had a laugh. I hope you've had a giggle. Leave your predictions in the comments below, and we will find out next week if I'm right, if you're right, or if anyone's right, or if we're all wrong and Games Workshop had a few curveballs tucked away for us and Valrak didn't know everything. And I will see you all in the next video. So please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and ring that bell so you don't miss out on any future content. The channel is growing massively, and I am massively humbled by that. So thank you very much, and I will see you all in the next one, people. Goodbye.